But I've always taken issue with, of all the things at the plant, to evacuate that plant from where it's based, it just can't be done. Forget about 5 hours. I give them 8 hours or so. There's just too many moving parts and too many variables in human nature. You agree?
Absolutely agree. I mean, Riverkeeper has been raising concerns about the emergency evacuation plan since 9/11, when we really took a look at the safety surrounding the plan and the emergency planning, and it just will not work. I mean, the state of New York commissioned an independent study of this back in 2003 that found that the plan wouldn't work. If you look at the basic facts, whether you're pro-nuclear or not, or pro or anti-nuclear, look at the basic facts, and you look at this recent study that Entergy commissioned on the evacuation times. The first thing I noticed when I started reading this study was that they don't look at evacuation times during rush hour.
And
they ignore rush
and the
hour.
number, just as use the number of 310,000, Philip, that doesn't take into account people who work here, right? That's just residents. It's not people who come and work in this building, for example. It's just people who have homes, for example, in the area.
Exactly. They basically assume that everyone is going to be home either in the middle of the day or in the evening, and they're all going to be leaving their homes in an orderly fashion. And only the people in these wedge areas that they tell to evacuate are the only ones that are going to evacuate. So in this scenario that they're in these assumptions they're using, if you live 3 miles from the plant, but you're on the south side and they're only evacuating people on the north side, they think that you're going to stay put, even though you know there's an out of control emergency going on.
I'm going to go all in and say that's not going to happen. People aren't going to wait.
It is not going to happen. And not only in the 10-mile zone. I mean, we have, as we've seen since Fukushima and the nuclear disaster in Japan, this idea that we only have to plan for a radiation disaster in 10 miles is a complete fantasy.